What's up everyone, Erica here, and I'm back today with another video for you. Welcome back friends for another video. Today's video is a special collaboration with quite a few of my fellow Disney pals here in the YouTube community. We are giving it up to the forgotten favorites yet again. Some of you might remember that last month a few of my friends here in the Disney community and I did a little honor to the Hunchback of Notre Dame, hosted by my friend Jasem over at AwesomeJasem. He and my friend Saria over at DreamItDIY co-hosted this collaboration, and I think it's going to be a reoccurring thing. Every month we will be celebrating a forgotten favorite. Just in case you missed the collab last month, I will have it linked, but it really was just like, what's the expression? A hodgepodge of all kinds of different content celebrating the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I went ahead and did my little version on Esmeralda's hair and makeup. It consisted of quite the variety of, content. I loved the concept of all of us coming together to celebrate one movie that is special to all of us, but we were all putting our own spins on the videos. So it's going to be the same thing every month from my understanding. We will all kind of be doing what we are up to or what we're feeling like to remember the movie, and it's the same case for today. So for today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I created this Hercules inspired spirit jersey. So being in talks with everyone that is participating in this collab, Nicholas of the Disney Merts being part of that, I was telling him my ideas on making a spirit jersey and he was like, I want that. So I went ahead and made one for him. So I'm very excited to share with you all. I will be using my Cricut. For those of you that don't know, I do own a Cricut. I believe mine is the Explore Air 2. I'm a huge fan of it. So if you at home own a Cricut, or if you're interested in those kind of videos, please be sure you hit the subscribe button, even if you don't have a Cricut. I have plenty of other content here on my channel. I'm sure that there is something that you would like. So if you would subscribe before you leave, I would greatly appreciate it. As always, I will have everyone linked in the description box so you can go ahead and spend your weekend celebrating Hercules with us. And here I'm wearing my little shirt from, I think it was Who's It's and What's It's, I believe. It says I can go the distance. And for those of you that don't know, my daughter was born to this song. A little Hercules tidbit for you. I seriously adore Hercules. It is definitely up there with like my top favorite movies. I don't know, it's hard. I have a bunch of favorites, you guys, don't come for me. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna assume, just like all of my Cricut videos, we are getting started in Cricut Design Space. Is that right, Erica? Yes, that is absolutely right. We are getting started in Cricut Design Space in a new project. Here I am going to the Upload Images little tab here on the left. These images that I got of Hercules, I literally just Googled Air Herc. Kind of jacked these off the internet, I'm just going to be frank with you. I did go ahead and decide on the color scheme already just because I didn't want to put you guys through 45 minutes of me being indecisive. So the solid background of Hercules, I went with this golden yellow, and then the the more detailed outline of like his hair and his face, I decided to go with this purple shade. I realize I haven't shown it yet, but the spirit jersey I went with is a royal blue. So definitely go with a color scheme that you will be happy with and that you think flows together nicely. From here, you can see me go to the Shapes tab and I'm pulling a circle. So once I unlock this, I'm going to shift the sizing around to make it an oval. My inspiration with this is really just the actual logo for Air Herc in the movie. I'm just visualizing it with this purple background along with like a different, like another circle behind the oval. You guys will see what I mean coming up, but here I decided to put the yellow and the purple over it, and then I started messing with the color of the oval to see what I liked. When showing you guys a tutorial that I'm doing in Cricut Design Space, I love to keep in this kind of footage that I'm showing you now because it's so important. I really want to ensure that you guys are centering your images before you move forward. I know that I'm going to be layering these items, so I have to make sure that not only the silhouette, but the details of Hercules all fit in the little oval that I've got going on. I felt like the detailing of Hercules' face and hair and all of that was just blending in with the oval too much. So I did decide to go with a different shade of purple. This is a little bit more of like a deep blue purple, and I thought it just made it pop a lot more. So I decided to go with that. And then here is where I'm going to be adding the circle behind the oval that I was telling you about earlier. Again, make sure you send it to the back. That way we see our layers nice and clean. I decided to make the circle on the back layer match that deep bluish purple shade that we made for Hercules' face and hair detailing. One of the last steps I'm going to do before we actually are ready to make this is just use our text function, and I'm typing out Air Herc. And fortunately for me, or for us, there is a font that is very Hercules appropriate. Again, I will have it listed in the description box, but tell me this doesn't look exactly like the Hercules font, you guys. It's perfect. And again, since the spirit jersey is that royal blue, I thought the yellow would just pop perfectly. So next, all that's really left to do is sizing out your lettering for a spirit jersey. And I'll be honest with you guys, I still don't think that I have the exact measurements. I don't know if I ever will. What I do is I literally get a spirit jersey from my closet and I kind of take the measurements from there and I try to mimic them. Since this is obviously 2 words, I wanted to make sure that it was, I don't know, proportioned right. I knew that air was going to take up less room than Herc, so the centering of that you will obviously see when I show you how I ironed it on and all that good stuff. But as far as the spacing it out goes, I just wanted you guys to kind of have my little tip that I have like a cheat sheet. My very own spirit jerseys from the parks. And same thing is to be said for the image that will be going over the left breast. I just use the same measurements for whatever spirit jerseys I have on hand from the parks. Now it's time to have our designing skills come to life. So since we are using heat transfer vinyl, we are going to mirror image everything. Again, please don't forget to do this step. And then we are moving on to cutting our vinyl. After all of our vinyl colors are, done being cut, the next thing I'm going to do is weed my vinyl. But this is a step that I don't think I've shown you guys before. I did recently purchase a paper cutter, I guess you would call it, and it's made my life so much easier to kind of even out the edges of scraps when I'm using any kind of vinyl. So I will have everything linked in the description box, but I seriously have been loving that. So once I'm done weeding everything out, it's time to head over to our heat press. And as I just mentioned to you not too long ago, here you'll see me bring out my own spirit jersey and line it up with the blue spirit jersey that I'm going to be working with. That's just the best way, like the easiest method that I've found. So here I'm layering the first shape, which is the kind of dark blue circle. My ring light is kind of far away, so I like to use my flashlight on my phone to make sure that it's centered, especially when I'm layering vinyl like this. So if you're watching this and you yourself have a better method for that, totally let me know down in the comments. I love any Cricut help I can get. So you guys have seen me do this portion before. I just layer each piece of vinyl and I'm only doing it for 15 seconds. And then once I have every design down, I will go over it for 30 seconds in its entirety, and that is the front. I didn't include the clip of me doing this when I first started working on the front, but the very first thing that I do before I work with any heat transfer vinyl is I lint roll the crap out of whatever item I'm working on. There's nothing worse than ironing on, vinyl over a piece of hair, and especially since this was going to my friend Nicholas, or really going to anybody, that doesn't look professional to me, so I try really hard to make sure there's just literally no hair anywhere near it. Once I was happy with the placement of the words Air Herc across the back of the spirit jersey, I'm taking this in portions, pressing down my heat press for 30 seconds. It is set at 330 degrees for those of you curious. And once I have that all adhered, I'm going to remove my parchment paper. I will go ahead and remove the transfer tape like I'm doing here. I do like to put my parchment paper back and run it over one more time with the heat press without the transfer tape, just to make sure everything is adhered perfectly. I'm going to run my lint roller over it one more time, and that's it. That is going to do it for me, you guys. Again, please don't forget to check out the description box just to see all of my friends, all of their amazing ideas, all the great content you know that you are going to be in store for, because these content creators, they know what they're doing, okay? But for now, I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to watch this video, and I hope to see you back again for the next one. Bye.